Trump's impeachment. So it happened. He's being brought up for impeachment proceedings. Never thought it would happen. It's happening. What do you think of it? What do you know about this situation?
You said you never thought it would happen, but
it happened. I mean, low-key, we all kind of knew it probably should happen. It's just, would it happen? It did, and here we are. So, I'm going to ask you, and then I'll tell you. So, I have admin. You took admin last semester,
I did,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so admin for administrative law is a course that we got to take, and it's all on the administrative procedures of the agencies and, just kind of like the administration of our government, the laws that dictate our government. And it was crazy. Tuesday night, in the middle of the night, we find out that Pelosi is moving forward with impeachment proceedings. So I show up to class Monday or Wednesday morning thinking there's no way in hell I'm showing up to admin law and we're not about to talk about what just happened yesterday.
yeah.
And we didn't. Not a word about it. It blew my mind. Mainly because I really, I get a news alert from Apple on my phone. Everybody in America, boop, Pelosi's moving forward with impeachment proceedings. Well, what does that mean? Impeachment for what? What laws did the president break I was so ignorant to all of this, and again, you can't trust our news. You don't know where to go. I'm completely lost on where to tread forth in this situation. So I go to my professor after class, and I'm like, Professor, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't talk about this in class, but what is going on? What's the law dictating this and everything? And if you don't mind, I'm going to describe kind of what's going on because I thought it was, as a lawyer, listen, I got a bias because I have an affection for the complexities of the law to begin with, but I thought it was really cool kind of what's going on right here because I read an article. First, my friends brought it to my attention, and then I went out and read some articles on how there's a lot of political scientists that believe that if this does not succeed, if this impeachment does not succeed, the Democrats just handed Trump the presidency. And that's a little concerning. So going to my professor, I'm just like, what is going on? And is it likely that it doesn't succeed or it does? And so we spoke for like an hour and a half talking about bipartisanship and everything going on in this situation. And one of the really cool things, or just kind of the law that is being applied in this situation, is for the president. So we have their checks and balances. The executive branch has laws that dictate what they can and cannot do. And stepping outside those bounds is a violation in which it leads to impeachment, which could get you taken off of your position. So, in this situation, what we have is presidents don't break executive norms. So, where there is a lack of law, there are norms, where this is normally what the procedure is. It isn't law, but it's just so common procedure that it's kind of essentially become what we do all the time. The law for the executive branch is there can be penalties imposed if you break norms, but that is not an offense to such a degree that could get you impeached or taken off of your position. So what's interesting here is the Democrats are trying to make a situation where Trump has made a field day breaking norms, which again is punishable. But again, it isn't like he's breaking a law. You can't go, you broke this law, because there's no law there that he broke. What it is here's a norm. This is how we normally do it, and you broke it. They could punish you, but there really isn't law there. So the Democrats have said, you've broken multiple norms. And so they want to try this new thing. It's never happened before, but this accumulation of norms that we could show you've broken numerous norms to such a degree that that is impeachable. And that will have to be decided upon. That has never been decided upon before. This will set future precedent moving forward. What really sucks about this situation is I have a liberal professor who hates Trump and everything else. He says, the really sad part is there's nothing here that in any way dictates breaking social norms as an impeachable offense. And so the Democrats hate him so much, they put all their eggs in the basket of hoping breaking a lot of norms is enough. And as somebody who's one of the smartest people in this situation I know, I can go talk to,
sure,
and is incredibly smart, when that person looks at me and goes, I don't think they're going to do it. It's just, we're at this is going to be amazing. Grab your popcorn because we're about to see the show.
We're about to see the show. I mean, you said if that really is conceding the whole second, re-election, the re-election of Trump.
And it's huge, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're handing it over.
And how could they do that? What sucks is you couldn't stand him for one more year to where you handed him 4.
Yeah.
How nuts is that? And I'm sorry, this is something I felt from the beginning. That next day after he won, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Except for the people who were upset. They changed. They were upset. They were the ones that said, the world's racist now. Everybody hates me. You're hateful, you're hateful, you're hateful, you're hateful. And it's like, dude, nothing changed. The birds are still... my yard, my life, nothing's changed except the fact that you're upset now. And I don't know. Again, there isn't much to be said about this situation yet because we don't know enough. But, again, I guess let's boil it down a little bit more. What is the social norm that was the straw that broke the camel's back? The thing that's got him up for impeachment right now is during the Obama administration, Obama's administration went to Ukraine and convinced them to hire Biden's son to be the chairman for their leading oil company. They weren't going to do it. Biden threatened to eliminate all aid to Ukraine, so they hired his son. So Trump comes into the presidency, and through code in a conversation with the president of Ukraine, again, this is the rhetoric of the news saying what he did. This may or may not necessarily be what he did, but with the transcript of the conversation, they're trying to say through the code of the conversation, he implied that he wanted the president of Ukraine to investigate the manipulative ties to why Biden's son is there and how they could possibly get him out or whatever. I mean, it wasn't that strict of language, but it was like, please investigate, what's going on with the situation. So, at the end of the day, I don't find a problem with that. I don't care, even if, take the names out of it, Obama, sure, Trump, blah, blah, at face value, shouldn't it upset you that it's clear collusion, that this guy is a chairman for the... Oil runs the world, right? The biggest conglomerates in the world are oil conglomerates. This guy's running the biggest one in Ukraine, and I'm pretty sure... And then also I was reading he's got no background knowledge in oil, right? So it's not like this guy's whole life was oil and he's the oil master.
This is Biden's son.
No, this is just Biden's son with the Biden name and he got the job. So it's like the collusion there makes me worried. Now, at the same token, Trump should be on Team America, not Team Trump, you sociopath. So technically, Biden's son is Team America. That's how I look at it, right?
Sure.
Shouldn't he be, I don't know, an intel or an advantageous arm of the American... why is you as the president of America wouldn't want that? No matter what side of the aisle he's on.
Well, I mean, he's obviously going for his dad's election, I'm sure.
You're right.
So
yeah, you're right, though. That's the sad part is, this probably could have been something advantageous for us as a country, but it was more advantageous for his campaign to stir this up. At the same time, though, it wasn't stirred up by Trump, remember. This is being stirred up because of his impeachment. This was something he had in a closed conversation with but who knows what he was planning on doing a year from now. Maybe he was waiting to use this as a election campaign bomb on Biden in the future. So that's true too. I don't know. Again, grab your popcorn because the show's about to start. None of us know what to expect. I don't know what is about to come of this, but it's about to be interesting. Again, you guys better hope he gets taken out, because if he doesn't, you're stuck with him again. I'm stuck with him again. I don't want him again. Boo!